Hey, it's Dr. Amanda with Straightsmile Solutions, straightsmilesolutions.com, and we're going to answer this question that came in today. What is the best retainer for a patient with poor oral hygiene or a high caries risk? And occasionally we have those patients where maybe we didn't fully complete their treatment because they had braces and the oral hygiene was terrible, and they were getting cavities around the brackets and white spots. Or we have these patients where they were in aligners and they're getting, and I've seen one recently, where they get decay, at the tips of the incisors, like they're drinking with the juice or the soda in, or in the interproximals, and they're basically bombing out their teeth because they're eating and drinking with the aligners on and not brushing and flossing afterwards. And let me stress, it's okay to eat and drink with your aligners on let's put it this way. I don't want them sipping beverages throughout the day, but if they have to eat a meal because they didn't bring their case, or if it's more comfortable to eat with your aligners on because you're hitting attachments or buttons, or if you're wanting to eat with your aligners on because it actually makes your treatment go faster and it's more convenient, I don't have a problem with it. But as soon as you're done eating, you are got to go to the bathroom, pop them out, brush them, brush the inside and out, brush your teeth, floss your teeth with fluoride toothpaste. And even better, fluoride mouth rinse, and then put them back in. And then you don't eat or brush again unless you are you don't eat again unless you're about to have access to a toothbrush. That makes sense. So definitely a difference. So occasionally we have these super high caries, poor oral hygiene patients, and maybe if it was like a really bad situation, we had to discontinue treatment before we even really made any progress, then we're not going to make retainers. But if we already made pretty good progress and we want to retain what we did so it doesn't go all the way back to the beginning, this is where we got to discuss the retainers. Now, I'm assuming if you're watching this video that you've watched my entire retainer playlist. If you haven't, this video isn't going to make sense. So put a pause on this video. Go to my YouTube channel, which is at Straightsmile Solutions. It should have a green banner. And then scroll down on the homepage and you should see a retention playlist. Watch all those videos, specifically the one about retainer menu. And watch those, then come back to this video. All right, so I'm assuming you've already watched all my videos if you are back. And we talked about the 4 different types of retention options and how you should have a customized option for each patient, how I believe that every patient should get at least one set of retainers, upper and lower together, as part of the orthodontic package. I believe that's just classy. You don't have to do that as long as you put in your initial paperwork that there would be an additional fee for retention. But you got to keep reminding the patient, because I've known some offices that do that. And if you assess an additional fee at the end, then a lot of times when they're done, a lot of parents just don't have the money and they waive it, and then the teeth relapse. And I think that's just terrible to put a family through that. Why take their money, put a family through the process and not finish it, because you weren't clear about how the finances worked. So one set of retainers, whatever is recommended by the doctor. So like I said, somebody that has a high caries risk or has very poor oral hygiene, well, I'm not going to do a bonded retainer, even if the parents are begging me for it. Sorry, it's going to turn into caries. Can't have it. A bonded retainer is good for a patient with good oral hygiene, very, very good oral hygiene, who will brush and floss, but maybe hasn't been great with compliance. That's a good thing for that one, okay? A Holly retainer might be old school, but it's a darn good retainer. It's a retainer that I have, and it's cost effective, and it often lasts a whole lifetime. So there's nothing wrong with this. This is the retainer I have, not this exact one, because mine looks kind of gross now. It's 20-something years old, but these are amazing retainers. I mean, the only thing that's bad about them is that the teeth can settle a little bit. It doesn't capture the incisal edges, but it does allow the bite to fully seat. Of course, the Essex or the Vivera retainer are the most common retainers, but those are terrible for patients with poor oral hygiene, and they also wear out every 6 to 12 months, and they need to be replaced on a regular basis. This is the part where most dentists screw up. They don't let the patients know. They don't build a plan in for that. They don't build a workflow in for it. They don't build a budget in for that. And a lot of times, again, patients get very upset when you tell them that at the end. You have to keep reminding them at the beginning if that's going to be the retainer that you recommend, that they're going to need to come up with a plan. And you're going to want to give them the option to purchase additional sets up front, or put them on a subscription plan or subcontract with a third-party subscription plan. And lastly, we have the least popular retainer, but still a great retainer, which is your ideally it's custom-made positioner. You can get these from TP Ortho. They're the only place you can get them at. It's about $300 to $400-ish, but it's an upper and lower in one. It's only worn at night and when home, and it actually helps to move teeth back if things relapse. So my favorite for a high caries risk, to answer the question finally, is going to be either the Holly. No, too bad. I don't care if you think it's ugly. That's you didn't brush your teeth, so we have to do this one. You're going to have to wear it all the time, even at school. I had to wear this at school. I didn't die. Or the positioner, because it's not worn full time. It's only worn at night and when home. And it has, the ability you can take it out to brush and floss. You're not in 24 hours a day. This one's going to have to be in 24 hours a day initially. This one doesn't have to be because it has a rubbery, elastomeric nature, so it can move teeth back. So it's only like 12 to 14 hours a day. So these two for high caries risk. Hopefully that was helpful. Thanks.